Breaking news in Oshkosh this morning. Hundreds of thousands of people are coming to the Fox Valley for one of the largest aviation events in the world.
Yeah, it's opening day for EAA's Annual AirVenture, and Local 5's Calvin Lewis has more on all the fun we can expect. Hey, Calvin.
Shelly, Nate, I gotta say, we've been getting an exciting behind-the-scenes look here at the EAA AirVenture 2019 event. As you see behind me here, just one of the many airplanes on display here, one of the vintage kind. That is a full aluminum body shell that you are seeing on that airplane beauty right there. Former American Airlines, flagship Detroit even. And so we're in familiar territory, for me at least. But hey, joining us this morning, we've got Chris Henry with the EAA to tell us a little bit about this week's event.
Absolutely. As a museum guy, I knew your history already, so we had to get something for Detroit roots there. But yeah, this is the 50th EAA AirVenture Oshkosh in the city of Oshkosh that was consecutively held. This is when we made our home here. So that's one of the key points that we're celebrating. A lot of the retro stuff that you see around is a callback to the 50 years here in town, and we're very lucky to have the support of the community. Otherwise, this wouldn't work like it does.
Yeah, and so tell us a little bit about the specific area that we're in right here. I understand this is the vintage hangar, is that right?
Exactly, yes. We're down in the vintage area. We kind of welcome all different areas of aviation. The vintage area calls out classic vintage aircraft from basically the beginning of flight all the way through 1970. Wow. So all the airplanes you see here, that's why you see some of the colors we were talking about of the turquoise from the 50s and things like that. These are all aircraft and a lot of these have been coming for decades. And it's funny, a lot of these airplanes park in the same spot, so we actually use them as navigation of oh yeah, I gotta make a right at that airplane, you know, and it's always there. So if that person ever doesn't come, like, we're kind of messed up on where to turn. So really important to have so many of these amazing aircraft here. Dedicated owners, you know, looking at this flagship airplane here, this DC-3, it takes days to polish out something like this. I mean, these are dedicated workers, volunteers, owners that keep these aircraft going.
What do you think about the significance of hosting this event, one of the biggest in the nation for aviation in Oshkosh, of all places?
Absolutely. I always tell people you can go to any airport in the world, go to the pilot and tell them you live in Oshkosh. They'll know exactly where you are. It is such an amazing experience to be part of it. I encourage anybody who hasn't been here to come out, because it's free for everybody to take advantage of aviation, and that's what we're about, is making sure everybody knows that, you know, everybody is welcome to take part in aviation and flight, and that's what the EAA really is about.
Very cool stuff. Chris, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Lots of very cool looking aircraft here all week long. It gets underway later this afternoon. We'll toss it back to you guys over in the studio. Reporting live in Oshkosh, Calvin Lewis, Local 5 this morning.